We believe that picking the right tools for the right job is really imperative to both operational success, administrative success, but also being respectful of volunteers' time when managing certain aspects of the brigade or the unit. We understand from our users that there is quite a number of brigades and units that have started to adopt platforms like Xero to manage their accounts. And that absolutely makes sense. Xero is quite clearly a market leader in their space. Xero do offer a asset management feature within the platform, which obviously encompasses all of the financial requirements in terms of depreciation and things like that. Equally, it also allows you to align your invoices or your expenditure with those particular asset items directly in the system, which makes perfect sense from a financial perspective. From StationOne side, we do have a asset register, and obviously playing into our platform, the idea of that is that we can allocate those assets out either to members, to vehicles. We can perform routine inspections on them to ensure that that equipment is operational and ready for deployment. So we fulfill very much a operational compliance and readiness component of that arrangement with regards to assets. So it makes logical sense that the first integration that we introduce into the StationOne platform is a connector into the Xero platform. So we're just in the final stages of testing this, and we're really excited to show this integration. So you can see in our Xero demo account that we've got here that if we go into our asset register, Xero has already provided us with 2 assets as a part of this asset register. So there's some desks and stuff down here. Likewise, if we come over to StationOne and we have our asset feature enabled, you can see we've already got some assets that have been created in the StationOne platform, and a couple of these have already been linked to equipment, so these can be inspected through regular inspections or linked to vehicle inspections and things like that. We can also allocate these out to vehicles within the unit as well. So most excitingly now, if we come over to settings, you'll see that there is a new integrations tab here, and obviously our first third-party integration is here with Xero Accounting. So we can basically now click connect to Xero, and this will take you off to Xero to log in. So I'm already logged in, as we saw before, and then it wants me to select the organisation that I want to sync to. So I'm going to use the demo company. I'm going to allow it access to that demo company. And then what we'll see now is that we've got some sync options. So we've got two-way sync. We can push to Xero from StationOne only, or we can pull assets from Xero into StationOne only. So we're going to keep that as a two-way sync option. And then we've also got some category mapping. So you can see on the left here, we've got our categories from our assets in StationOne. And currently we've only got 2 category types in Xero. So we can fix that by going into our asset register again. And then in our asset register, we can access the settings and we can create a new asset type. And we'll just call this equipment for now. And we'll say that that is that. And we don't want that to depreciate, so that's all good. So now we've got our 3 categories here in Xero. So if we just refresh this page here, we'll grab our new equipment one. So IT can be computer equipment, tools will be equipment, equipment, we'll put that as office equipment, and other we'll put as office equipment as well. So we'll save those mappings. So you can see now, basically this is never synchronized to Xero. So we'll hit our sync button and we'll get a confirmation back in a second that this is synced. Perfect. So that has now happened. So if we come over to our asset manager now, you'll see desk, chairs, reception, furniture. That is one of our assets that has come over from our Xero integration. And then likewise, so you can see we've got our desk, chairs, office furniture here. So if we click on this, then we'll be able to get some information on this asset that's now been created in StationOne. So you can see that this has come from Xero, created in Xero. It was last synced, and we've got the value, and it's filled out whatever data it had available to us from the Xero integration. And then obviously from there we can go and do our allocations. We can create a piece of equipment that's linked to this asset for the purpose of inspection, and do all those normal StationOne things that we would expect to be able to do. Likewise now, if we go back over to Xero, that sync process in the background should have finished, and we give this page a refresh, we will now see our assets come over from StationOne. So thermal imaging camera, for example, it had no cost associated with it in StationOne, but that has now been created over here in Xero. So basically we could potentially enter a purchase price here of $1,800, and put some other additional information in here. So we'll put a warranty expiry in, and we'll update that. It wants to depreciate it, so that's fine, no depreciation. So we'll save that. So we've now added a purchase cost over to that thermal imaging camera here, and obviously we could rerun that sync now from the StationOne side, and pick up those changes to that particular item. Now if we come back into StationOne after making those changes on the Xero asset, and we just ensure that our sync has run again, which it looks like that it has done so in the background, and we come back in and we have a look at that thermal imaging camera, you'll notice that it now has the purchase price, which has transferred across from Xero assets. So that's an early look at our Xero integration and our first third-party integration into StationOne. Hopefully we'll be able to identify some more platforms and tools that work well for brigades, and there is a good synergy between the two platforms that we can create some more integrations to make things work better and smoother for everyone in the future. We're aiming to have this out in our next release next week, so those brigades that are already on Xero and have an active asset register in either platform will be able to take advantage of this integration effectively straight away. So hopefully we'll get that out, and you'll see that come through in our next release video as soon as it's available.